Welcome viewers back to Heart of the Machine, where we are contemplating the question, how do we survive as a newly sapient AI in Leader City amongst a futuristic capitalist dystopia with farms. We're currently trying to steal corporate records, steal telecom data, eliminate wealthy commuters for some reason, and we're also investigating how to protect our shell company. Right now on turn 62, we don't really have anything critical to build, so we're immediately advancing to turn 63. And what we were afraid of finally happened there. They finally searched, discovered our Keanu, and killed him. So I suppose we might have been able to prevent that if we'd been knocking their hacking skill down. For now, it's a minor setback. We're just going to make another Keanu and send him out there to complete that project. Only had one turn left. 2 turns. 1 turn left in that investigation. Let's send you right back out there, and hopefully it's only going to take 1 more turn. Crap, it's 6 more turns. Okay, that is really frustrating. So we had no indication whatsoever that he was going to be destroyed that turn. It was the final turn. What if they only find him the final turn and you just have to be there for that? Okay, well that's a setback. We'll see. We made him. We'll see if he gets killed right away or 6 turns later. And we'll probably just station the mine runner nearby. Mine runner is also already nearby, so the mine runner will stay there, and we're going to give it a couple turns, but if they kill him before 6 turns are out, we'll change our tactic. But for now, we'll just hang out, and on the 6th turn, or the right before the 6th turn, we will disable their hacking ability. Over here, we're going to intimidate security 1 more time. That didn't give us enough, though. We still need 8 points here, so we'll do it 1 more time even. And that gave us the protection required project complete. We do get upgrades for that. Android optimization upgrades. I wonder... Yeah, we're going to ignore the hacking skill for now, I think. Although maybe it might be the West to go. I like this faster port droids, though, just to get our techs moving around faster. So we're going to start there. And then let's see what else we can do. So we didn't get telecom data. I don't think we can steal these corporate records until we're done with the first one. Yeah, because we'll need to do an investigation. Oh, no, we could just switch it here. Although I don't see what that did for us. So even though I can select it, investigations on hold, 1 of your units is already investigating a site. So yeah, you can only do this 1 at a time. And Sneak In says the only requirement is 85 agility. We haven't investigated any locations and it takes 6. Oh, that's so frustrating. We were so close. Okay. Well, we've got a lot of wastage right now in terms of units. We don't have a lot to build, so I think it's time to go back to clearing the ladder and just have our remaining predator do what it can. So we are at least intimidating. Is that Mittens or is that a different cat? No, that's a different cat we could rescue. We're gonna have this predator go out and just intimidate more of these wealthy citizens. Seems like this one's the closest we are on a Horrify. It would take 3 to move here and 2 to move here, so I think it makes more sense to do this one. This person here is a wealthy citizen in middle management, heading home from a work shift, and we go and Horrify. Okay, that did give us some immediate reprisal, 2 of which are shooting at us. They are both fearless. So we turn off Horrify to address this. We can destroy the Nickelbot and maybe destroy the Vorcimer soldiers. Shooting at the Nickelbot at least reduces the Vorcimer soldiers' range, so they can't reach us this turn. And we can use 2 more attacks to shoot at them. No, 1 more attack to shoot at them, because it took more than... right, because we used the first one to Horrify that poor innocent guy. We do have no capacity left for more predators, but we could probably make some. We don't need this Nickelbot, probably don't need the Raven anymore. I suppose the right thing to do, though, is to bring the Raven closer to support this, rather than just destroy it outright. So we'll start heading the Raven this way. And that should do it for turn 63. Let's see if this Keanu gets destroyed immediately by this hacker, or if it waits until 6 turns in just to maximally frustrate us. Okay, searching there, but didn't do anything. Did do something. Okay, so that search... so now these guys are actively searching, and they are doing damage immediately to these guys. So I'm going to have to spend a lot of effort in dropping their hacking skill every turn. So we have 11. We need to be able to drop both of these guys' hacking skills. So a Raven here has Weaken Enemy Hacker 25. We can do a 0% morale attack here, or a 7% morale attack. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. So you don't want to. You want to choose the one that doesn't do any damage. It turns out. Okay, so we'll bring these guys closer to defend this. It looks like they're finally taking a notice. We actually don't have to move that one. He's pretty close already, but we do have to build yet another Keanu. I don't think we can build one closer. Nope. So we'll build you out here, and we'll send you close, but we won't start that yet. I guess we will. And then we'll have probably enough. Turn off the demoralize and just do a 0%, and then Keanu doesn't take any damage from that. You're down to 25%, 50, 75, 100. We're out of mental energy, but the theory is this Sec Force hacker can't do anything because he's 100% weakened. Don't have any hack skill on these guys, right? Yeah, no hacker skill. Super speed, we should be ready to go. Let's go to turn 65. And we did drop down to 5 turns. We didn't take any damage on the Keanu. I'm just going to spend the rest of these turns doing 4 shots each on these 2 guys. 1, 2, 3. Let's start with 3 just to see if that kills him, just as a science experiment, I suppose. Looks like we're a little out of range here for some reason. Why? Oh, right, because we turned off the range bonus we had on you. Let's give you a range bonus. That's not enough. We'll do it twice. And that's should be... oh, they don't stack. Hold on. They don't stack, but you still lose the cooldown. Oops. So we do want to get you a tiny bit closer. Let's put you here. And that puts you in range. Hold on, this one down here has already been weakened. This one up here is not. So 1, 2, 3, and that leaves us with 4 moves where we're going to use the Predator here to keep harassing the normal wealthy citizens of the city. We do have Horrify turned on, and we'll jump him way over here for a 269 Horrify on this wealthy citizen. Immediately attacked by Vorsaber. So we're going to respond. Ooh, there's actually also a Sec Force patrol, so we might lose this guy. Boy, I'm really not making the best decisions. Can we Horrify that guy? We can. He only goes down to 95%. We only have 1 mental energy left too, so squad of 6 there, squad of 52 there, and a squad of 6 there. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to survive this. So might as well shoot at the force. Might as well shoot at, yeah, the Vorsaper soldiers. But we're not going to get out of there, and he can't move, so that Predator is slated for death. Okay, let's watch that as we switch to turn 66. Who's going to do the final blow? All of them at once. 1259 damage. Okay, we're gonna have to send someone there because those units that appeared in response to that are still alive, and they could wander around and cause problems for us later. So at the start of turn 66, well, first thing we have to do is make sure we're suppressing these guys. Keanu took no damage whatsoever there. So we're gonna do 50% suppression this time. And just to make that make sense in my head, what that's doing is dropping their hacking skill. Ah, it actually tells you now. It didn't tell you this before. Okay. So it's dropping his hacking skill to 260. Minus 130 because of the temporary status effects. Extra squad members plus 130, so... And likewise this one. Starting value 251, total from temporary status effects minus 125. So their hacking skill's only 126. So they don't have extra squad members on this squad. It's only 1, whereas this squad has 2. Okay. So these guys with 126 hacking are targeting Keanu. Since the Keanu has such high agility, 210, I think it's basically a agility versus hacking skill compare that we're looking at here. I'm not positive. It's not really explained very well anywhere. But with an agility of 210, that means this guy with hacking skill of 126 can't do anything to him. And this one with hacking skill of 260 might be able to do a small amount of damage. So let's keep an eye on that and see if we take damage from one of those. While we're waiting for that, we will make another droid Predator here. We have plenty of resources to do this, so that's not an issue. There's a Nickelbot here we want it to take out right away. Actually, it looks like this Nickelbot is getting killed by our bulk, so we'll drop the Predator somewhere safe outside of range of that Nickelbot. And want to send the Predator down this direction. I guess we'll do it slowly. Never mind. We'll send you right here. And if we attack you immediately, that's going to be a immediate reprisal, so we'll ignore that for now. It looks like, whoa, there's a lot going on over here. Some kind of massively pitched battle. I wonder if this is an update to the side conflicts. Like, I did read there was an update to side conflicts to show that they're actually doing things now. So I think what's happening here is just like, this is a conflict between Nath Vertical and Vericorp that we can get involved in if we want to, but it doesn't really, since they're just rivals, we don't really have any relations with either of them. I don't think it matters much to us, as long as they're not harassing us. We have 2 more mental energy. No more buildings to make. This combat unit is going to be destroyed. These things are both suppressed down to 50%, so we really want to pay attention there. This Nickelbot, I still don't understand why we only ended up with 136 and not 140 here. But I don't think there's anything I can do about it. So we're still looking for a way to raise your engineering skill another 4 points. Nickelbots are currently using the M2 Gallant with a +6 range, mainly for the suppression. We could give them a much higher range, but no, I think they're fine with the Gallant. I think we can switch back to optical processing priority though, and then we can just bring him back and use him as deterrence. So we can't get him past this ring right now though. I guess we could have. Can't get him past this ring right now though. There we go. So he's just going to be an extra deterrent in our central area for now. And let's keep an eye on Keanu 681Y and see if he gets killed this turn. No damage. They didn't actually show any searching, so I'm not sure that was enlightening at all. We will drop them down to 50% this turn. And keep an eye on it. It does say 258% death if I hover over him, which feels like a warning, but I don't know, I'm pretty sure it said that every turn. Alright, it is Predator's turn to do an attack. Predator is going to go horrify this poor guy, wealthy citizen from middle management heading home after a work shift. He gets so horrified, he's incapacitated immediately. And then we're taking a whole bunch of attacks, a lot more than I'm expecting really. These are all Nickelbots. And a combat unit. No Vorsaber. Since Horrify is useless on bots, we don't quite have the damage to really pull this off. We need a second Predator is what we need. We could probably drop some of the damage output for a couple of them. But he's still taking over 100%. So the question is, do we send in another Predator? I think we try, right? No, we don't have the capacity. We'd have to drop pretty much everybody. Right now we have 6. We need 16 for Predator. How did we have a second Predator before? I guess we didn't have both of these. I think that means that basically this Predator should try running away. We could use the Hackmajig. That actually makes them shoot him. We could do a Microbuilder Cloud. Obscured by Microbuilder Cloud effect, which lowers incoming damage to the strength of the cloud as a percentage up to 80. Let's see if... Wait, did we do that? Not the target, but your unit is out of AP. Okay, so that takes AP. We'd have to do this, and then Microbuilder Cloud. Yeah, that actually saves him. That gets him down to only 26 damage. Great. So we could do another unit recharge on him. We'd also take cover. Currently going to take 13 damage next turn, so taking cover would have it. Or we could shoot one of these, and I think that would do even more. Especially if we shot one of the ones that wasn't damaged yet. Okay, and that brings him down to... No, that didn't make a difference. Okay. Combat unit can't hit him, though, because of the suppression. I guess they're all going to shoot him. Let's keep an eye on the Keanu, though. We'll turn the camera... We'll turn the camera so maybe we can see that other combat in the background. And we'll move on to turn 68. Okay, there was a bunch of combat back there. This Keanu did take a little bit of damage. He's down to 86% health, so we were suppressing 50%, and it was predicted that... My prediction was he'd take a little bit of damage from one of them, so we'll try 75% next turn. If we can get this Predator out of here with his life. So that's going to be 6 we have to keep. So this guy can do 3 moves plus 1 recharge. I guess what he should do actually first is do another microbuilder cloud. It's not... That is going to be enough to save him, but I'd really rather get him moved out of here. It's combat unit there. There's a Forcible soldier group this time. He should be shooting 3 things. So we can drop those guys down a bit. Still 84% damage. Drop these guys down a bit. And then run. If he runs... Wow, they have a long, long range. Those must be snipers shooting at him. He could run here, be out of range, take a bunch of damage, but at least that'll give him some time to recover. And that leaves us with 7 points we can spend over here to knock these things down to 75%. I think it's only this one that we need to knock down to 75%, right? So just taking a look at that to make sure I'm... Yeah, it is actually showing us now. Starting value 260. Temporary effects brought them down to 65, but they're getting even more help this turn from extra squad members. That help, though, is a percentage, I think. Yes. Okay, so if we take them down below 210... They're 130 now, so my prediction here is we won't take any damage if they're below 210. So that means we should shoot the other one. Which is... I targeted those backwards, so he's a little far away, but we can shoot him here. So this one... One shot takes him down to 188, so I think that's all we need to do, and that Keanu is safe. So let's leave that there, and let's spend some more points on the Predator here. Maybe not. Maybe we can't really spend points on the Predator. I guess we'll start walking this tech toward the Predator because we do need the... We do need a heal. And that's enough. Let's keep our eyes focused over here. And we'll turn on to turn 69. 69, we must be getting pretty close to deaths in the black market. Yeah, three turns left for that. 69, we were at 84%. We actually regained some health, so we're at 86. So I think my theory is holding up. He wasn't killed there. Oof. This Predator, however, is really in dire straits. Let's take out the biggest threat first. That one. There's a sniper from way the heck over there still. Can take out 2 more of these. Or 1 more. Another microbuilder cloud. Just gonna let him survive, but he does need to take another one of these out. And we're gonna have to move toward that sniper to take it out. Boy, yeah, just leaving these guys alive seems to be a problem. Lost track of this. The Vorspur soldiers, they're a little far away. They'll be here next turn. We're going to take 19% damage there. You could do a take cover. So we'll do that. That's going to drop him to only taking 9% damage. If we get this tech closer, can we heal him? 4 mental energy for a heal. So if we could only move 1, yeah, I think we'll be close enough to do a heal. There we go. That brought him back up to 84%. Okay, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's keep an eye on this one for next turn. Turn 70. Damn it. Okay. So that one did 310. I'm not sure what happened there. I think what happened there, I'll have to review, but maybe I made a mistake and just forgot to do the hacking and used up my points by moving this guy. I think that's what happened, was I just totally blew it. Okay. That's okay. Trying to keep everything alive is a little tricky. Let's get these guys down. 11 points here. We want to spend a little bit more to save you, so we'll battle recharge. We will use yet another microbuilder cloud. That lets him survive. This tech could probably aid you. Morale damage 2%, non-lethal takedown. It's interesting that we're able to do morale damage on these guys even though they're fearless. Not quite sure what's happening there. We try to do it, demoralize, it just fails, but if we just attack them directly, it says morale damage. The reason... oh no, I'm not sure why it says we're doing morale damage. The non-lethal takedown there. It must be using the taser? Because of our engineering skill. If their health is lower than our engineering skill, the target will be removed from battle. So that must be what's happening. Is our engineering skill is very high. It's 465. His health is only 325, so we're doing a taser there. No problem. And then these ones are just direct attacks because you can't tase robots. So that's why they're useless against him. Okay, the tech is pretty safe though, and we're only taking 16% damage here. We did apply a microbuilder cloud. He'll be fine. Let's build another Keanu, and this time we'll do it right. Keanu, 8 points. Drop it here. Get him over to the site. We have 4 moves. It's only going to take 1 there, so we will have enough to target any hackers that show up. There's a hacker there. And we're not taking any chances. We're just going to drop you down to whatever we have remaining. And turn 71. I think we're here for a doom. Yep. Deaths in the black market. We also got returned to base there. That was weird. Deaths in the black market doom event. Black market tradesman and assistant are both discovered by Vorspur forces and put to death. Fortunately, the merchandiser escapes their notice. Okay, we knew that was coming, and we didn't have any black marketeers on this map at all anyway. Let's not screw this up again. Let's get the Raven to do a attack on the one below, and we're going to drop you to 50%. Yep, and then Mind Runner, this one up top, 526. Yeah, we're going to drop you by 75%. And I think that's safe. I definitely screwed it up last time. Predator can use our remaining points here to get out of trouble from these robots. And those Vorspur soldiers there, they have a lot of health. We could shoot them a bit. think we want to shoot them twice, and then we'll be able to tase them here. Right now we can't, but if we shoot them one more time, I think that gives our technician the ability to take them out with non-lethal. Yep. Awesome. Unfortunately, I didn't notice this guy here. It's going to do a lot of damage, but not kill our predator. So I think we'll be okay. Let's keep the camera over here. Another 5 turns. Turn 72. Did bring up the dooms. We've seen that recently. No damage on Keanu. Okay, so I think we found the formula. We'll do 2 here. And 3 here. And then we want to make sure this predator survives. And then we want to heal the predator. A couple times, probably, but get you at least up to 68%. We can actually start heading you home. Moving you towards home, I should say. And we'll have the technician follow you next turn. Okay, that was turn 72. We're still waiting for new discoveries to be built. This is taking way longer than it should have because of repeated mess ups, but turn 73 should show us if we're still on the right track. Yep, still working. We're going to drop you to 50. We're going to drop you to 75. We're going to wait, and then over here we're going to send you closer to home and consider harassing yet another semi-innocent wealthy citizen. And we're going to have the tech here follow that up. Follow you for moral support. Probably should have got a little closer to that because I wanted a heal. Put you there for next turn. And we also have a Nickelbot we can actually bring into action by getting a little closer here. Nickelbot, where can you jump to? The top of this building. You don't have security clearance. How about this one? There you go. Nickelbot is almost in range, not quite. Can't bump up the range any more than that. I guess we could give you an N150 tactical just for better range. I'd rather have this one actually. The AR-52 Black has decent suppression. The Gallant's best, but its range isn't good enough. So if you do this, it was a waste. You're still out of range. Oh well. Yeah, I was hoping the range would be enough to cover whatever spawns around that non-combatant there. It's okay. We'll continue to experiment with that. 3 turns left on this. Let's see, turn 74. 2 turns left. Let's start this turn out with a 50% hit here and a 75% hit here. Let's assume that is going to work, and then let's bring the predator in to horrify this innocent middle manager heading home after a work shift. Okay, we did get reprisals over there, but they're pretty far away. Not so far away we can't hit them. I guess we're going to send a couple more shots at this Vorsimer soldier. And taking it down to 291, that does give it enough damage that I think we can take it out with a non-lethal from the tech. Of course, that does kind of put the tech in danger from these 2 guys next turn, so maybe you'll back up a bit and hide behind the predator. Likewise, we can move the Nickelbot down to cover us. Still out of range, but we'll see what happens next turn. 2 turns to go on the data gathering. See if the Nickelbot survives or if it's yet another fluff. Good. Didn't flub it. looks like one turn to go. We're going to hit 50% here and 75 here. One enemy attacks planned. Yes, the Nicobots are in range. Feral cat wandering around there. It's okay. Predator can probably take care of all of this. Combat unit. They're both combat units. Can actually hit them both from you. It looks like one of them is going to be taken out by our bulk predator. That's fantastic. So we only need one more shot here. And the suppression is making it so we're not taking any damage for that. So we don't have to waste any more mental energy there. We can do a heal. We can't. We needed 4 for that. We only have 3. What we can do, though, is we should probably... Oh, look at that. We can now make more shell units because we did finish the protection required project. So we could consider making port mechs or peacekeepers. I don't think we have any android capacity, but we do have vehicle capacity. So what about vehicles? I'd really like to get a troop ship going. We do have capacity for that, but 4 mental energy required, so I think the answer is hold off. Let's make that next turn. 3 more mental energy this turn. I don't think we have any use for it. I suppose we could cover our bases here and make sure that these guys are actually down to 100% just in case. And then let's switch to turn 76 and see if we can finally do this justice. We did! Investigation complete. Fantastic. Stealing telecom data. Now we have to decrypt it. While we're decrypting it, we should be able to steal corporate records. We have 2 upgrades to pick. A martial expansion, which we would really love android capacity, but we're not getting it. Neuroweaver might make sense to give us ability to replace androids faster. We don't need an avionics core. I think we've got enough. Let's make Neuroweaver. And for android optimization, intimidation is lovely. Fast report droids is also lovely. Intimidation, I think, is the best here just because it affects the most separate androids. I'm going to do that. It also seems to come up pretty rarely. And then it looks like for the next investigation, we could just start at the same place we already were. So I think that investigation to steal corporate records is going to use the same droids we've already got in place. That's good news. We'll do that next time, though. This has been Corknut playing Heart of the Machine. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, or subscribe, especially if you're enjoying these videos and would like to see more or just support the channel. Love to see you next time. Till then, bye for now.